All right, we're going to get Mr. George Clinton on the line for True Magazine's Backstage Pass exclusive feature.
Hello.
Good evening. May I speak with Mr. George Clinton, please?
Speaking.
Hi, George. This is Lydia King with True Magazine. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much. And I can honestly say that you're a man of your word because when True first caught up with you a few months ago when you were here for your sold-out concert at the Brick, you promised me an exclusive interview with you, and you kept your word.
I try to do that.
I appreciate that so much. I know that you're just, you're relaxing. You've been on a long tour, and you just got back home a few days ago.
Yep.
So again, I want to thank you for sharing some of your private time with us and welcome you to True Magazine's Backstage Pass. For those of us who have known and followed you for decades and decades, we have always known you to be a fashion-forward, trend-setting entertainer. And in this decade, you have yet made another style change. Um, we're currently seeing you wear custom suits, gangster-style brims. Though that's the look that seems to dominate your set when you make appearances these days. Are you making a statement with this switch up?
Well, not so much as that. It's just time to change again. That's the way we started out in the 50s and the 60s. Before psychedelic and all that stuff. We were doing the boardwalk ghetto style. We're from New Jersey. So what they were doing in the 50s, early 50s, and early 60s was the gangster lids and the custom tailored suits, even in grade school. That's where we used to dress, so I figured it was time to change again. Boardwalk and all that is happening now, so that era is pretty popular. So the blacks was doing the same thing in the hood at the same time. So I figured it's just time for me to change up again too.
Right. Okay. And I know that you were recently on a tour that went through the East Coast and that some of those dates had to be canceled due to Sandy. And I understand that you just went back out on the road to make up some of those appearances. So, what?
Yeah, we played in New Jersey, which is our home, and it was beautiful to play there. We haven't played there in years.
Right. And what was it like to perform in some of the cities that were affected by the storm? Were you actually able to see any of the damage that Sandy did?
No, it pretty much had cleared up by the time we got there. But I knew a lot of band members lived in it, so I got a chance to see what we was on tour. We was coming home, dropping people off, so we saw a little flooding just as it ended. We was in other parts of the country. We was as it was coming in, we was on a cruise ship. So we got off the cruise ship in Antigua and flew back, so we just missed it.
Wow. What's it? I remember seeing that and thinking to myself, oh my God, that had to be. I would have been scared. What's it like to perform on a cruise ship as opposed to performing on a live stage?
Oh, it was fun because the whole ship was up on top deck, and we rocked the ship. We had a ball on there, and we got off just before the storm came in. But the people that stayed on this, they caught hell coming back.
Wow, I bet they did. That had to be scary. My heart.
Yeah, they said they were sleeping with the life vest on.
Wow. Yeah. I've been on a couple of cruise ships, and not my favorite place to be necessarily. But if you were holding a show on one, I'd have to get on one again. Do you plan on doing any more cruise ships in the near future?
We'll probably do another one. Tom joined us, or either one of those jazz cruises.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. We had a good time on there.
Oh, that's great. I found something really interesting about you on the internet that I didn't know. Your hand has been cloned. A likeness of it has been designed and is for sale on the web. And from what I hear, the replica is so spot on that they had to file down your fingertips so that they didn't disclose your actual fingerprints, but it's said that this is the closest that you can get to George if you don't have a backstage pass. Well, that's next to True Magazine's backstage pass features obviously on the radio, but the description on the website actually reads, the hand has a built-in USB flash drive in the detachable index finger. The base of the hand has an embossed George Clinton logo and a serial number. The USB flash drive comes exclusively with a documentary entitled The Silence in Between by Mark Lindbergh of Stone Film. That's wild. What made you do that, and what is The Silence in Between about?
Well, it's actually the print of my hand, and we wanted to find a way to get the music out to people in different ways. So CDs is going out of style and download, so we figured we put out this hand, thing that with the people sound of. You can take the little thing off, and there's a USB on it. You can put unlimited amount of music on it.
Wow.
And so we're going to be putting up free downloads for people to be able to download onto it, and then you can buy some.
So what is actually The Silence in Between?
What's that?
They said that there's something, it's called The Silence in Between. It's a documentary called The Silence in Between?
Oh, it's just a story on our history.
Okay. That's high. I'm going to definitely...
A lot of stuff going on with copyright infringement, and people trying to steal the music. So a lot of that stuff is being told.
Right. I was going to bring that up, too. I know that you've had quite a few legal issues come up throughout the years. Can you speak a little bit about any of that with us? That
Well, you're going to see on January the 6th, it's going to be, it's going to start, what you call it, they're going to start an expose. The New York Times and WABC doing an expose on the history of all of the music that the record companies is trying to steal. BMI, the U.S. copyright has been infiltrated, and they've been changing copyright ownerships. These people, Bridgeport Music, you have an expose on it for about 4 or 5 days. It's going to tell the whole story on all that stuff. Starting on January 6th.
Wow, really? Well, it's about time. It's about time. A lot of people, just to switch it up a little bit, George, a lot of people don't know this, but you formed the Parliaments back in 1955 based out of a barbershop back room where you straightened hair. So you're a hairstylist too?
Yep, I did hair in New Jersey. 2 or 3 members of the band did hair in Plainfield, New Jersey.
That's crazy. I'll bet a lot of people did not know that about you.
Oh, yeah, we used to do up, with the waves and stuff. And I got my hair done like that again now.
Really? So I gotta ask you this, because you're gonna be featured on Camel J's, FM 89.9 back in the day show here with Ray Richardson and Chantel Singh's. Camel J is the station of the Twin Cities here, and of course, the man of the Twin Cities here is also Prince. So we know that in 1989 you signed a contract with Prince's Paisley Park label. You released the Cinderella Theory, and then you did one more record for Paisley before you went on to sign with Sony 550. What happened with the deal that you had with Prince's label? Why'd you leave?
I think we closed the label down. We had the second album, Hey Man, Smell My Finger.
Right.
Which had Paint the White House Black on it. At the same time, the record companies was giving him hell. At the same time, I was on the label. They were trying to run him out of business, too. So he and I both got caught up in that one. And I was also kept recording, but his own company closed down right after that. They was bent on putting him out of business. After Purple Rain made it so good. They never intend to have another Motown. They want to make sure there's no more Motown Stacks or Philadelphia International. You know, because you know, blacks get on the dance floor, they don't know how to get off.
Right.
So the Motown was down there, 4 or 5 hits in the top 10. And
Right.
the same way we were doing when we started doing our labor on the jam. So when Prince was at Paisley Park, they didn't want him to get started either. You know, they have something called what they call it, the Harvard Report. You can get a copy of it. It's how to take over the black business of you know, rhythm and blues. You know, how to control that. And Harvard did it for CBS. If you can get a copy of that, you'll see what they don't want. No more Motels or Stax or Philadelphia International.
Wow. So it wasn't about anything bad between you and Prince. You and Prince are still cool. Do you think you'll be doing any projects with him in the near future?
Oh, probably, most likely, yes.
That's good to know.
We do something together. No one, no problem with us.
That's good to know. We definitely will be looking for some more of that. It's amazing to me, George, that you were born in, I'm going to just say like 1940, somewhere, something. 41, okay. And you're still out here tearing it up, selling out the crowds, and playing to yet another generation of kids who weren't even born when your records were made. To what do you attribute your longevity and success?
Viagra.
Damn.
You asked for it.
Okay. That's a good answer.
No, funk might as well have Viagra. Funk give you strength.
Okay. And in that, I mean, for a man of your young age, I've looked at your tour schedule and I can't imagine how you keep up with it. You have one of the most grueling and vigorous tour schedules that I've ever seen. And you've appropriately been called the hardest working man in the business. So do you have plans to slow down anytime soon?
No, hopefully not. I got nothing else to do. I mean, I like to fish. I can do that in between time.
And your home is Miami, right? You're out there where the weather's beautiful.
Tallahassee.
Florida. Okay. I knew you were somewhere. What's the weather doing out there today?
Oh, it's nice here. It's a little chilly tonight, but it's nice. It's not, no 20s, nothing like that, 30s. It's fun.
Right. Okay, well, anything else that you want your fans to know, Mr. Clinton?
Tell them to check out Flashlight 2013, and you can find out everything about what we're doing, you know, in the legal business, in our legal fight for our copyrights, and all of the places we play, all the new things that we're doing. Flashlight 2013.
Okay, that's what's up. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clinton. Have a beautiful day.